Hi boys and girls, welcome to Reader's Workshop today. First, let's remember what we did yesterday. Remember how we connected a problem and a solution using the story arc? We drew an arrow connecting the problem that Pacey had to the solution. Today, we're going to connect more details using the story arc. Now, we can take the story arc, we can connect characters and setting to the problem. We can also connect characters and setting to the turning point and characters and setting to the solution. But we can also connect the turning point to the solution. These are the different connections that you're going to try to make today. So let's get started. Let's look at this important detail from The Year of the Dog. The Chinese girl looked at me as if I were a filthy cockroach crawling on the floor. She said that when you're Americanized, you don't have any culture. So let's think for a minute. Would this detail represent characters and setting? Perhaps a problem, a turning point, or a solution to the problem? Have a discussion with your class now to decide, where do you think this detail fits on the story arc? Now, when I read this detail, I thought, this sounds like what a character is doing and saying at the camp. So I would put this detail at the beginning of the story arc because I think it represents a character, the Chinese girl, and the setting of the camp. You may have put it somewhere else, and that's okay. You may have different opinions on where details go. Now let's take a look at another important detail. The girls cackled and jabbered at each other in Chinese like mockingbirds. I felt like a helpless fish frying in oil with a red-hot heat burning my face and stinging my eyes. I turned around so they wouldn't see me cry. Now, let's have another quick discussion. Where do you think this detail fits on the story arc? Have a quick discussion with your class about where this detail would be placed on the story arc. Now, when I read this detail, I thought, this sounds like Grace experiencing cruelty. And to me, that represents a problem. So you can see on the story arc, I placed it next to rising action, problem/conflict. Now, when we take those two details and we put them on the story arc together, you have a character, the Chinese girl, who is being cruel to Grace and the problem that it's causing, that Grace feels helpless and she is ready to cry. So I've connected characters to a problem. Now, I'm not quite done yet because I really haven't written my claim. So because I found this connection, I can make the claim that these details are connected because they show how a character caused a problem for Grace. The Chinese girl at camp looked at Grace like she was a cockroach and said, when you're Americanized, you don't have any culture. This caused Grace to feel helpless and cry, stinging tears. Now, this is where we began today, but you are going to find connections throughout the story mountain. And remember, your goal is to look for different ways that details connect. You might connect characters to a problem. You might connect characters or setting to a turning point. Or maybe there's a character or a setting that is connected to the solution. Or perhaps a turning point connected to the solution. So I'm going to leave this diagram up for you because you may be drawing arrows on your story mountain in different ways. So try this work today and enjoy your reading.